Good morning, welcome back to a brand new video. We've got some mega work to get on with today and I'm really excited to show you the progress Theo has made in the forest. It's actually pretty shocking. He took me up there yesterday to show me and I actually couldn't believe how far he'd got and how vast the forest looks from all the way up there. It's truly amazing. But I'm looking now over onto the lake and it looks like it's gotten higher in the last week. I'm gonna just kind of show you from this angle. It doesn't look as easy to tell when it's on such a wide, but it's holding water really nicely all the way up to the bank. It's gone up quite high. Is it because the otters are in there? Who knows? Also, all of the reeds are dying off, so it's opening up the water a lot more, which is nice. It doesn't look like a marsh. You can actually tell that it is full of quite deep water because the water is pretty deep in certain parts, especially at the far end. But even right here where I am, I'd say it's probably at least up to my hips, which, I mean, I'm 5'8", so that's not that shallow. Theo's just in the house getting some gear that we need. I can see the chainsaw on the floor.
I am extremely excited. We're heading up to the mountain and we're gonna do some clearing to try and find an old stone house that is on this property that me and B have only ever seen once before. I've got all the equipment loaded up. It's ready to go. I've got plenty of fuel and we're gonna see what we can find. But clearing the trails has become a little bit of an obsession of mine over the last week. And I've cleared so much and I can't wait to show you guys the transformation. It's absolutely ridiculous. We are now entering areas in the property.
Gingy's here.
The most important bear of all, the Gingy bear. And also baby is just about to chase her. And Gingy didn't like it. Let's go up the mountain. So as we were driving up, I noticed this, a stain on society. Look at that. A stain that looks like cat urine. I need to hold a committee meeting when we get home and figure out who has done this and they need to clean it up because I spend a lot of time in this UTV and don't want to be sat next to cat urine.
They're just letting you know what they think of you.
Probably. So I've stopped here just for a second, just to kind of give you guys an idea, because it is hard to show scale. It's hard to show you actually where we are on the property. But the main trail that I've cleared first was down here. That is where I'm parked. But the trail that you saw me and B on the last video work on is all the way up here. And I've been clearing like crazy. I also had my good friends John and Martin over. They gave me a day of their time helping me clear, and what a difference. So I'm gonna strap the GoPro onto the front of the UTV and do like a one take, sped up because it's far, so you can see how clear the track is now. You can drive all the way nearly to the top of the mountain. There's still probably about 100 meters of trail to clear to get to the very top, but we're getting there.
I'm like the dark in the clouds on a rainy day. Oh, the fire in the hills and I'm headed your way. Oh, it's alright, baby, don't be afraid. Heads up on my dangerous ways, and I know everything I touch burns right down to dust, 'cause I'm reckless, yeah, I'm reckless, and I gunpowder in a shell looking for the lead. I'm the proof and the poison running through your head. Oh, I'm the blade on a knife in the deepest cut.
So that trail that we just drove took 5 minutes in the UTV, which is pretty mad. Obviously we've sped it up for the video because that would just be a bit too long, but walking it on foot will take even longer, and Theo carried on even further, about 100 meters. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of trails here, but it's really exciting clearing them up and seeing what we're uncovering. And behind us is something really cool. I'm gonna let Theo tell you about it.
So while I'm fueling up, this is an area where we've basically been once before complete bushwhacking. And we found this house. It was ridiculous, but we never saw it again because everything grew up and we don't even really know where it is. B is much better at understanding where she is on the property and just better in maps and kind of locations in general. So I'm going off her expertise of where this house is, and we've kind of pinpointed it off our memory and one small video clip that we have where we can reference a tree that's still standing. So we're going to see what we can find. But as B mentioned, if you come up here, you'll see that I won't bore you with walking the whole trail because it goes a long way up there. And like I said, another 100 meters and I reach another entrance to our property that we've never been able to access. This is all so exciting. Let's find this house.
I also wanted to say, getting to the house isn't easy. It is surrounded by brambles, and not just like the odd one that wants to trip you up. I'm talking actual bushes, hedgerows of brambles. They're really thick. They just want to trap you and kill you.
And I think we need to make it clear that for this video, we don't even know if we're gonna find the house or get to the house. We think we know where it is.
I am confident it's there, but I'm also a little bit like, is it there? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I'm 99% sure it's right there.
It's impenetrable. This like this brush, like it's ridiculous. It's mostly like, bramble.
You know Sleeping Beauty, when the prince has to get through all of the crazy thorns to get there. It's basically like that. And our drone is not working at the moment, so we can't even throw the drone up and have a look. So we're just going off memory, like Theo said. I'm really good at that kind of stuff, so I'm hoping that I'm right today. I've got a feeling I am.
I don't know if any of you guys care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This is the Stihl FS460C. This is an absolute beast, and I've got this mulching blade on it. Seen better days, I need a new one. But for what I'm going through today, this is perfect. This is basically what I've used to clear this whole trail. And it just mulches everything down to mulch, surprisingly. And I think what I'm gonna do first is just cut a walking trail so that we can actually establish where this old ruin of a house is and see what we can find. And once we locate it, then we can clear the wider area.
Are you tired of staring at a blank screen wondering where to start with your website? Well, Squarespace have made it easier than ever to create your very own online presence. With Squarespace Blueprint AI, their guided design system takes the guesswork out of building your website. Using the prompts, you choose what you'd like and go from there. And with their fluid engine, customization is at your fingertips. Drag, drop, and create on the go with ease. You don't need to worry about understanding code or messing around with heavy technical features, as Squarespace is designed with the user in mind. If you have a shop on your site, then with the flexible payment options, checkout has never been easier. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, and even offer buy now or pay later with Afterpay and Klarna. Terms like SEO can be off-putting, but simply put, they optimize your site and help it stand out in search results. With their integrated SEO tools, you can get discovered by more people faster. So if you haven't already, then definitely click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieproject or use our code IndieProject for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
There's a place, a garden for the young to Life and dance and safety among the shimmering light and the shade of the trees.
The moment of truth. Am I correct in guessing where this house is? Oh my God, it's another day of me being battered by things. I'm gonna go back.
Still a bite in paradise is lost. With darkened hearts, we didn't count the cost. Forgot all we left behind. Life picks up speed before you know. We hold on for dear life, oh Lord. We're too proud to turn back now. And one day it all falls down and breaks our heart, and it breaks our crown. Brings us down where we sit. It's gonna be alright. Turn around and let back in the light. And joy will come like a bird in the morning sun, and all will be made well once again.
So this is way more treacherous than I first thought. I was expecting to find like a nice flat trail through here, and actually I'm finding lumps of big stone and like really uneasy on my feet. To the right of me, just down here, it just drops off to nothing, like literally into a deep valley. So I imagine the trail goes further up here a little bit, but I don't know.
Are you going to try and go through there where the animal trail
I haven't even cut through there, and you can see a clear animal trail. So the animals aren't stupid. I'm going to follow them and see where that goes. And B thinks essentially the house is next to these old oak trees, so that is where we're aiming for.
So as Theo said, it's around there somewhere. I am even more confident now. I'm remembering the steps that we went through, and it was definitely there. The brambles have just exploded, and the broom as well, but I'm far enough away that I'm not going to get attacked by flying debris. But there's not much that I can do. I'm just kind of lurking and filming.
So it's gonna be alright. Shake it out and let back in the light. And joy will come.
How's it going? You've made amazing moves, but that's a pretty wide path, Bay. I thought you were just making a path for us to get through.
I got very carried away. I started finding like old walls and like all sorts of different like dips and shapes, and the wall is beautiful as well. I can't wait to uncover that wall. And it makes sense that there would have been some sort of retaining wall here, and then the house is slightly further down.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going in the right direction, but it's a ton more work than I thought it was going to be. Always is, isn't it?
Always the case. I'm going to come down and just see. Whoa! Oh my gosh, it really is.
Strip off into my tooth.
Okay, Theo's going to get down to his keks and carry on doing it. Bit risky, I'd say. Anyway, this is... Whoa! Oh my gosh, the brush cutter... Damn, look at that. Gets through some whoppers. Anyway. Ah, yes, so there's the stone wall. Amazing. The amount of work that went into these old buildings is actually amazing.
So it seems like there's a stone wall that goes all the way along here, because the terrace further up where you can see stuff growing, essentially nothing's growing through the wall apart from brambles. So you can kind of tell how high up that is for the next trees that are growing up there. You're talking good 5-6 meters high. And then over here, there's some sort of valley, gully in stone. So maybe this was a waterway where they get their water from or harvest their water. There's also stone to the left of me. It's quite, just trying to get a picture in my head. That's why I'm kind of going along and then I'm finding something and then I'm exploring that area. But what I'm going to do now is go around to the left hand side. Mimosa, there's a lot of mimosa growing down there. That's probably going to grow inside a house because mimosa grows in very rubbish soil. It doesn't need much to get going, so I imagine the house is down there by the oak tree. So yeah, I'm going to strip off and hope I don't just tear my body apart.
Something made me think of you today. Turned a light on, stopped me in my place. Without knowing it, a smile was on my face. Out of the blue, I thought of you. Times like these, I got a grateful heart. All the air I need, a sky full of stars. A place to rest my head, it ain't too far. And you, my friend, tell me where you've been. 'Cause if you need to talk or not speak at all, if you had the best of days or one of those that just went wrong, whatever it might be, oh, you can always call on me.
So Theo's just stopped and told me he's found it. He's made amazing progress on this trail. It is really uneven though. I've already fallen over like 5 times.
It is better than I expected. Feels like I've like just found gold or something. It's amazing that even though I knew it was there, seen it once before, like, I don't know, it's special the fact that it's here. You know what I mean? So far away from anything. And they don't just build houses out of stone without a reason. Like, there must be a very good reason to build here, whether it's to do with like the surrounding area, that there's water that we don't know about, maybe we'll find a spring. But it's also a lot bigger than I thought.
Is it?
I cannot believe it. The house is like pretty clear, to be honest. It wouldn't take much to clean all of this out. There's probably all the original tiles sat on the floor, and you can even see, I don't know if you can see this down here, there's a window, a small little window. The front door is just over there, and the beautiful moss on the stone, it's just lovely. It's a really decent size as well, like obviously me for scale. And then if I come over here, you'll be able to see it's actually 2 separate rooms. This is the really big main room, and then a smaller room there. And it's built like they do all the houses in Portugal, into the side of the mountain. Also, there's a bread oven that's had better days, but I want to show you because maybe we could, yeah, like with not much work, bring that back to life. I'm not going to bake bread up here, but it'd be a pretty good area when I'm working up here, somewhere to cook in safely, out the way, as is this, to be honest, once it's cleaned out. Maybe even the trees that I cut, I've got a lot of trees to fell around here, I could put a little roof on, like a really basic bushcraft style roof, so I could use up here to shelter out of the weather when the weather's bad. But this is absolutely incredible. I'm going to jump on the brush cutter for another 10 minutes and clean a path so B can actually get there, because at the moment it's a proper bushwhack.
It's safe to say that this place has been left to its own devices for a really, really long time. There's actual ash trees growing straight up from inside it. I don't think people tend to grow trees in their houses like that, but it's pretty amazing the amount of moss that's grown up, the amount of vines and just all sorts of things that have crept over it. It really feels like something that would be in a fairy tale. It's beautiful, it's right nestled in the mountain, and it is incredibly overgrown. Theo's done an amazing job getting through to here. The amount of brambles surrounding it is terrifying. I've already fallen over once into a whole pile of them, which was really nice because I got leggings on and I had bare hands, and I didn't want to put my hands down to help myself up, so Theo had to help me. But this is really cool, and the stonework is actually in amazing condition.
Swear sometimes the way that I feel, my mind's racing like a spinning wheel. Oh, but when I speak to you, it all stands still. For me, it's true. How about you? 'Cause if you need to talk or not, speak it all. If you had the best of days or one of those that just went wrong, or whatever it might be, or you can always call on me.
Theo's just gone to fuel up, and so I just left the house there, and I'm walking, whoosh, and then there's this big stone, and I noticed there's like a hinge on it. A big old rusty hinge. So I wonder if this was part of the doorway or something, but that's pretty cool. I wish I brought some gloves, but it's a monster stone. And that is a monster hinge with the old nails still attached.
We're about to lose the sun and it's actually getting so chilly, but I cleaned the inside of one of the rooms of the stone house. I just couldn't resist. And this is the front door. The stonework is actually so nice.
I just got a clip of this stone here. Did you see that?
Yeah, oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
So there's the hinge for the door. Oh,
Why did your voice go so high?
I don't know, but like this place has like magical vibes written all over it.
It is nice.
So now you can kind of get an idea of the scale. The stonework's lovely. The window, I've cleared the window so you can actually see through the window now. It's pretty cool. And I just got so many ideas flowing around my head. I know I've got a million other things to be doing, but I think pretty quickly I could get a bush craft style roof on here. And I know a lot of you guys are probably talking about the cabin, but that's what that's for. But that's the other side of the valley. It blows my mind, but to get there, that's a long way. There's no way I'm going to be working on the forest over there. That's the pine forest, so we'll come on to that another time. But this room, you kind of get an idea of how it looks. And let's go back out the front door and let's go and take a look at the bread oven.
It's so beautiful.
How beautiful is that bread oven?
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. So it's a bit worse for wear.
It has
The
got a top.
top's fallen in, and I actually didn't need to do much clearing around here because you can see the activities of animals and boars. They've basically taken over this house, I think, and maybe they're sleeping around here. There's loads of trails all leading to this area, so maybe this would be a great place for some sort of hide to scope out the animals. We definitely need to come up here and set up the trail cam.
Yes.
Because the animals are going to be like, they've opened it up for us. They've made it even nicer than it already was. But yeah, you can see the tops falling in the bread oven. Couple strong men, we can sort that out in a couple days, maybe a day. But look from this way. It's so cool, like, it's just magical. That's an ash tree. I think we got another ash there. We're surrounded by beautiful oak trees. Imagine a little swing off here.
This would be such a lovely garden.
It would be a garden. You can move up here if you like.
No,
But this is so cool to see the hinge on the stone. Like, to date, this is so old. I also found some tiles in here. So you can see the original tiles from the roof,
oh wow.
all made out of clay, and then even the roof beams. So I thought this was just like a tree that had branched, that had fallen in. But actually, if you look at this, it's been squared off. The same with the other one down there. So I don't know how that survived on the floor, but it was standing up a little bit. So there's definitely squared off wooden beams that have been burnt in the fire. Must have been the roof. The rest has just been turned to ash, but what a place. Just listen. I found my new home.
Literally like 5 minutes after we stopped filming up at the house in the forest, I went and walked straight into the rusty old hinge that I showed, because I am ultra clumsy. If anything's gonna happen, it will. So of course I walked straight into it, and it cut pretty deep. It cut so deep that it doesn't even hurt, which is good, but also, yeah, I'm up to date with my tetanus jabs. Don't worry about that, because like I said, I'm clumsy. This stuff happens all the time. So I've just like, you know, you can get those bandage kind of plasters that knit the skin back together. Popped some of those on and a plaster, and now I'm walking the dog, but I'm trying to like not bend the knee too much. I mean, if it's going to happen at any time of the day, it's good that it happened after we'd done all of that. But yeah, typical me. It's really cold as well now. The sun's gone down. We actually had frost last night. We went out to a friend's birthday, and on the way back, the car was reading 1 degree Celsius. And then this morning there was frost all over the ground. So it's chilly. I've got the hat on. Now the sun is behind the mountain. So I'm not going to be out for much longer, because I want to rest after mutilating my knee. She absolutely loves going on walks. We've got this route that we do around the animal enclosure. That's where the animals are. And she will just go where she wants, but along the same route. And I'll just follow her. And if I walk off in a different direction, like she's going to go down there now, whereas if I went up that way, she will follow me, which is amazing. Never thought that would happen. So firmly into orange season. I guess these are satsumas or clementines, I don't know, but they are delish. So, oh, look how tiny it is. Perfect. We're almost back at the house. I've just peeled it, and I'm gonna eat it in one go because it's so tiny. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been epic getting that place uncovered. It's actually very exciting, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with it, and we'll see you on the next one.